Hi everyone. Today we're going to talk about conscious shifts, spiritual shifts. It happens when you have a sudden breakthrough, and it doesn't necessarily have to be from a near-death experience or an emotional breakdown or anything like that. It can just be that you're finally at a point in your life where your life is ready to shift, and so your conscious thought changes. And usually it happens, maybe you're not feeling well, you run a high fever, you take a long nap, and you wake up and you feel different. That's just one scenario, and I'm just going to run with that one. A friend of mine had this experience. Wasn't feeling well, don't know why, didn't feel like she had a cold, didn't feel like she had a flu, went to sleep, woke up the next morning, covered in sweat, had broken whatever fever she had. But over the next few days, she noticed she was thinking differently. Instead of being the pessimist, now she was the optimist. Instead of judging people, she was seeing both sides of the coin. And after about a week, she realized she wasn't the same person. Not that she had changed, not that her, soul had gone anywhere and somebody new was in place, which is a walk-in, and we'll talk about that at another time. But she had a shift in consciousness, and now she's suddenly thinking about what she's supposed to do in this world. Who am I? Well, God put me here for a reason, so now I need to figure that out. And she's doing amazingly well. But the one thing I want to talk to you about, a lot of people experience shifts of consciousness in very small quantities and on a very grand scale. And for a minute, I'm going to talk to you about the ones on a grand scale. Because those are the people who notice friends fading away, new friends taking their place. Suddenly, things they thought they liked, they don't like anymore. And for the people who have slight shifts of consciousness, the people won't change, but how they see the people will change. The reason you have a shift in consciousness is because you need to change. There's something in your life that needs to change. You've been going through life not doing or not being the kind of person you were meant to be. And sometimes God needs to nudge you, for lack of a better term, to wake up, to go, hey, why are you there again? What's going on? Why are you acting that way? Why are you mean to everyone? Why do you think the world owes you everything? Because the world doesn't owe you a thing. And why aren't you listening to me? Meaning God, not myself. Like, why aren't you listening? Why aren't you listening to what I'm trying to tell you? So what happens is people aren't happy in the life they are, but they don't know any other life. So that's when God steps in and says, we're going to change things. You're at a point where we can shift. We can shift your consciousness so that you can see what it is you need to see and be the person you need to be. Now, shifts of consciousness, and I need to clarify this, shifts of consciousness and a walk-in are two different things. A walk-in, I like to say, is like a huge shift in consciousness, but that would just be joking. A walk-in happens when the soul living in a body can no longer stay there. It is, quote, dying. It can't exist anymore. It has no strength left. No spiritual strength, no physical strength, and no emotional strength. However, the path, the life they were living was leading to a great path, a big change in the world. So God looks down and sees that this soul needs to come home. But the purpose doesn't need to end. There are other souls with God who want to complete the mission, for lack of a better term. They want to help make it happen. So, with God's permission, this is not possession or anything like that. God switches the souls. And this usually happens in near-death experiences, heart attacks, car accidents, things of major magnitude. It can even happen when you're sick, when you think you're dying, when you literally crawl onto bed or in a hospital bed and go to close your eyes thinking you're never going to wake up again. And truly, that soul that's leaving does not wake up again. The new soul does. And the new soul can either be totally disconnected from its surroundings. This is why you'll have a lot of people with near-death experiences who have temporary amnesia. I always like that word temporary because they never seem to get their memory back. And that's because they're not the same soul. But they have imprints in their physical being. So they have recollection. They have memories, but they don't have heartfelt feeling memories. They have visual memories of their past or the past of the life they're living. And a walk-in is not an alien. It's not some far-fetched thing. Walk-ins have been happening since the beginning of man. Because for those who don't think that that could happen, you don't think very highly of God. God is pretty amazing, and he can do phenomenal things. And this is one of the things he does. He wants your world to be better. He wants the world we live in to be better. So he allows other souls to come and start at 40, start at 50, start at 30, start at 20, and kind of pick up where that other soul left off but never quite made it to. Or he didn't think that soul could have made it to. So walk-ins generally have temporary amnesia but never really get things back. They might remember things from their childhood but not things you might think are important. Not birthdays, not things like that. And they probably don't remember people they grew up with, people they went to school with. When someone comes to a walk-in and says, "Oh, I knew you in high school," well, there might be a recollection. Okay, yeah, I know that name. Don't know the face, don't remember how we interacted, don't remember anything like that. So it takes a walk-in a while to figure out their way, how to make things work for them. Especially when a walk-in wakes up and they don't know the people who are around them. They recognize them. Oh, okay, this is my family, but I really don't know who you are, and I don't know how to deal with you. So a walk-in will take a long time to adjust. And some walk-ins either cut everyone out of their life and act as if they're starting over, and others integrate. They make it work because they know it's important. They didn't come here to disown everyone that was there. They came to make a difference. They came to help those that the soul that left could not. So if you'd like to know more about walk-ins, I have a book on my website. My website is themedium.us, and you can go to free publications, and it's called, I have to remember now. Oh, I don't remember the name of the book. Same Body, Different Life. That's the name of the book. And you can get a first-hand account of a walk-in and what they go through and how they struggle, and what a difference it is. And you can look at a walk-in as a spiritual shift in consciousness. They are on a higher level. They want to make the difference that the soul that was there could not. So if you're going through a shift of consciousness, if you don't feel the same, if you feel totally different, then I suggest you check out walk-ins. If you're just having a shift, if you're still the same but you're thinking things a little differently,